This is CIA Berkeley video series. Today we are going to discuss CIA Part 1 Unit 3. This unit name is Internal Audit Roles 1. There are two chapters of this. This is Unit 3 CIA Part 1 and we have two chapters for this, Internal Audit 1 and Internal Audit 2 role. Now three broad things we are going to discuss. One is the nature of work of the internal auditor and how to do the governance. Governance means how we should manage the show of the company, and then as an auditor we should have a regulatory compliances as our role. Now we will start what is the nature of the work. Now, internal audit activity evaluates and contribute to the three things. One is risk management, control and governance. So shortly we can call it RCG. RCG would be the abbreviation for this one, the risk, control and governance. And turn by turn we will discuss all these three things. The scope of internal auditing, first of all, the first thing is the quality of performance in carrying out assigned responsibility. The more value you will add in the operations, the more effective you are being as a role of internal auditor. Then the purpose of evaluating the adequacy of the organization existing risk management, control and governance is to provide a reasonable assurance. Now it's generally there is a debate that auditor is giving assurance. There are two words. One is relative, one is absolute. Absolute assurance means no doubt about it, which auditor is not providing. Auditor is providing a reasonable assurance, means he has seen all the documents, he has applied all the auditing techniques and he reached to a conclusion that this is the final results. But suppose if something happened later, so he hasn't gave the absolute assurance, he gave a reasonable assurance. So basically for everything that we do is already defined in charter, this is we know, and any policy and procedure, this is approved by the management. The effectiveness of the risk management, if we have if the management is good in planning the system, so the auditor can give the reasonable assurance about the objective and goals if they are rightly aligned. In addition to, management directs by authorizing activities and transactions which make more effective control, improve performances. Then management is responsible for sustainability of the whole organization and accountability for the organization action, conduct and performance of the owners. Then the primary objective of the overall management process is to achieve reliable, relevant, timely, measurable information and then bring efficiency and effectiveness. These are the same as we discussed the internal audit role, that they bring efficiency and effectiveness, safeguarding the assets, compliance with the law, regulations and identification of the risk exposure. Then they establish an objective and goal for operations and programs. So these are the broad objective of every management, whatever the company is. They are always aligned to bring value addition in the business operations. Their information is smart. Smart means specific, measurable, attainable, reachable, timely. This is all is there. Then management plan, organize and direct performance to provide reasonable assurance that objective and goal will be achieved. Management periodically reviews its objective and goals and modify its process to accommodate changes. Suppose, as we discussed before, if there is something we observe that this is not accurate in the system, management will review periodically. And CAE, Chief Audit Executive, his role is, when we discussed the role of CAE, we came to know that his role is to continuously bring improvement into the internal audit functions. Then organizational culture, including an ethical climate that fosters control. Everything is based on the culture which you bring in your organization. If your boss is strong, your department is strong. If your boss is loose, lazy, your every staff worker is lazy. Means this is the culture that you bring. If your owner comes on time, your top management comes on time, so automatically the lower management will come on time. So this is the culture in fact which makes. If the boss is courteous, so the staff will also be courteous. But if your boss is not courteous to the client, surely the staff will see, okay, if my boss don't care, we don't care also, right? Then control by definition is any action taken by the management to enhance the likelihood that established objective and goals will be achieved. Then control could be of three types. One is preventive, which is not let things to happen. Detective, if something is going on, they are able to detect, like an antivirus, if some virus comes, antivirus detect it. And last is the directive. This directive means for directions, which can create a control directions for the system and operations. So control has three types, and these three types we have to keep in mind when we are putting the control systems in the organization. We should put preventive, so things should not happen, and that's why we put the fire extinguishers in the buildings, make a smooth system, alarm systems if some smoke comes, so it informs everyone. So we reduce, Then internal auditor evaluate the whole management process. Now it's come to the internal auditor. He has to evaluate the efficiency or effectiveness of the planning, organizing and directing to determine whether reasonable assurance exists that objective and goals will be achieved. So whatever management comes up, internal auditor has to evaluate whether this planning is good, this directions is good, this governance is good. So he will bring his comments, his views inside in order to improve the efficiency. Then internal auditor must be alert to actual or potential changes in internal and external conditions that affect the ability to provide assurance. Means he wants to give a reasonable assurance to the management that everything is being smoothed out and things are going in proper fashion. But for that he needs to have a good planning, organizing and design itself. The internal auditing evaluation in the aggregate provides information to appraise the overall management process. And what is management? Management is a component of planning, organizing, designing, implementing and evaluating. So all managements are doing this way. All the business system, processes, operation, function and activities within the organization are subject to their internal auditor evaluations. Then the comprehensive scope of the work should provide reasonable assurance on these factors. These are the same as we discussed. Risk management is effective. System of internal control produces efficiency and effectiveness. Governance process establishing, preserving values, setting goals, monitoring activities and performance, and defining the measure of accountability. Now we will move to governance. Governance is a combination of processes and structure implemented by the board. It's a board of directors. They are going to bring governance through management. If your management is corrupt, they will never let internal auditor to develop.
Yeah, of course.
So if they are strong, they are clear, they are ethical, they have values, then the internal auditor will grow more. Because it's the culture they are going to build, it is going to give the absolute reasonable assurance. Describe the nature of the governance process, then link it with the ethical culture of the organization, and then we have to create the role of ethic advocates. Means the internal auditor will react as an ethical advocates. They advocate. They should react like a preacher.
Yes.
They should explain the goodness of the operations, honesty, fairness, and impartiality into the business operations. List the characteristics of enhanced ethical culture. Because sitting in US, dealing with say Philippines, South Korea, UK, Europe, every place has its own ethical values,
Yes.
which is slightly different from each areas. Although the definition of the good and bad remain the same,